Hello, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Most of my readings are not date or time specific usually, but this series of readings is all dedicated to eclipse season. We just had the full moon in Libra with the lunar eclipse, and now we are moving toward, fast moving in the wormhole to the new moon in Aries with a solar eclipse. So this series of readings is dedicated to that time frame. I did it because we're on the Aries-Libra axis, which is the relationship axis on the zodiacal chart, so on the zodiac wheel. So I thought it would be helpful to kind of do a check-in on our connections. Where are we, and what can we, what might be unfolding during eclipse season? So that's what we're doing. Archangel Michael, Sword of Light Oracle to activate the reading. Here we go. Aw, card number 9, don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Beautiful. Yes, don't give up on love. That just kind of touched me. I mean, this whole series of readings has been so fascinating. So I'm just kind of glad you got a little bit of a memo from Archangel Michael to hang in there and not give up. Better things are on the way. Okay, so welcome cross watchers. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. I'm going to just go ahead and pull this spread. Both spreads, this and the extended, are a little different. So I'll pull the cards. I'll walk you through it. All right, here we go. Queen of Swords. That's the present energy for the connection, which means that there is some need for clarity, right? Just the facts, ma'am. Something more, less emotional, a little bit more straightforward, open, honest. Yes. And I do feel this card is going to be really powerful. Forgiveness definitely seems like it's something that's necessary. So let me walk you through it as I said. First card out is the present energy for the connection. Queen of Swords is here. It is usually, not in this deck, but in most decks, she has her hand extended. So there's this energy of not coming to each other with any hidden agenda. We're going to keep our wits about us. Put the emotions over to the side for a minute and just deal with where things stand. Honestly, forthrightly, directly. Okay? But it's more practical minded, more level headed, less emotional, like I said. So that's the present energy. You're coming in here, but just so you know, all of you watching, this is the side of the spread that I'm drawing on your energy. This would be your divine counterpart, just so you know. You're coming in with Temperance, which is a lot of self-control and restraint, a sense of, it is a card of balance and healing as well, but also patience, the wisdom to know that in time all these energies will come into flow and balance, so there's no need to act on impulse. For your person, they're coming in with some regrets, 5 of Cups, mistakes of the past, regrets of the past, sort of like looking back, rolling through the game tape and feeling like, I wish I had, I woulda, coulda, shoulda. So I can tell that they have some regrets here to some degree. Now this part is your karmic challenges. What's your karmic challenge? 3 of Swords. Like I said, you've been hurt in this connection. You've got the scars to prove it. And your person's karmic challenge, we've got Devil energy. There's something that kind of rises up in them. They run through a pattern, something that it feels like they almost can't help it, right? Because sometimes it's just an impulsive pattern that sort of takes over. Could be that there's some controlling tendencies. This is Capricornian energy, by the way. Some controlling tendencies, or, sometimes maybe a little manipulative, but whatever it is, this person's karmic challenge is their own shadow, their own need to sort of understand their patterns and behaviors and how they tend to go to certain places as a form of egoic resistance to some very real fears. Now, the opportunity, 7 of Cups, there are lots of options. There are lots of ways you can process this 1 cup of crazy at a time. But the Seven of Cups lets you know you have options here. On an emotional level as well, so you don't want to buy into getting overwhelmed by all of it. Just take it one step at a time. And then the divine guidance is the Hanged Man, kind of like it. Divine guidance is telling you, tap the brake a bit, press pause, examine the situation from a safe vantage point, the 30,000 foot view, look at it from all angles, make sure you understand, the whole situation, not just your own subjective experience, but more objectively as well. So you're waiting for some enlightenment here. That is your divine guidance, and your opportunity is to process all the overwhelming emotions. Got it? Okay, let's jump in. Queen of Swords for the present energy. Well, it feels to me like things may be a little one-sided. We have the Six of Pentacles underneath. This may be a matter of whether or not there's an equal investment, right? Is this person being as generous with you as you are with them? Are you both at a place where you can give to the connection 100, right? Because it feels like there's something that's uncertain, unsure. Maybe there are some obstacles that need to be overcome, and you've both got to kind of get a stiff upper lip here and proceed very methodically, almost using more of your mental energy than your emotional energy, because if you're going to overcome obstacles, you kind of got to get your game face on to do that. So I just feel that there's something where you're both sort of unsure, and there's a need for some reciprocity. There's a need for some generosity. It feels like it might be one-sided, as I said, and so that's the objective of the Queen of Swords, is how do you both meet each other there in that space and then discuss it in a level-headed way, so that you kind of help each other in that regard. So you can get to an understanding, and you don't have to be in this juggling act. You'll have the information you need to make the decision about whether or not this can be a relationship of equals. So let's look at Temperance for you. There's the Three of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune keeps coming out in almost every reading. I love seeing that. Feels, but just so you know, Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune are both associated with the sign of Sagittarius. So this feels like if you have some Sagittarius energy in your chart, or if your person does, you may want to watch that reading. It just feels like there's some cards here that are very reminiscent of that reading. So that's why I'm saying it. But it's like you're patiently waiting for the two of you to be on the same page at the same time, right? Divine timing, where we're able to cooperate. And the Ace of Swords underneath is interesting, because I feel like that's something that's playing out behind the scenes. When I pull from the bottom of the deck, for those of you who are new, I'm tapping into unconscious awareness, or what you can't see, like what's going on behind the scenes. I feel like there's some truth that may come to light during eclipse season, and you're kind of patiently waiting for it to just sort of happen when it's meant to happen. So I'm seeing you kind of in a really good headspace, despite the fact that your karmic challenge is this Three of Swords. You seem like you're operating from the higher mind. You're open to the timing of when things kind of come together, when the puzzle pieces fit and you're both on the same page at the same time, and you can both work on building something that is a little bit more reciprocal. Okay, so your person is sitting here with the Five of Cups, Death card, Six of Wands, King of Wands. Yeah, your person's going through a little bit. They're looking back, and they've got some regrets. They kind of know that something needs to change, something needs to be left behind. They're seeking some form of reconciliation, maybe coming in with an olive branch, a peace offering. because they're now sitting there understanding what they want, but that they didn't take action on, right? And that's maybe what has to change. Is it's very possible that this person kind of took some things for granted, or operated from fear and didn't claim what this connection had to offer in the way that you needed them to. 6 of Pentacles, kind of in reverse, right? So I'm feeling like this person has regrets, but they're at the point now where they're willing to make the changes that are necessary, leave some old patterns behind. Death card, Devil, and 6 of Wands come in with like the peace offering. Meeting in the middle, finding common ground. Where can we agree? Validating each other's thoughts, ideas, perceptions. Queen of Swords, from a balanced, fair-minded point of view. Now, your karmic challenge is this 3 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems like the heartache and the heart heaviness comes from, you know, really being ready for something more committed, life partnership, and waiting and waiting and waiting, but just dealing with someone who's in and out and in and out and in and out. Right? Because I'm feeling this Knight of Wands is connected to the Devil energy, and this person's tendency to kind of come in a moment of impulse and desire, and then flame out, flake out, and, you know, go out the back door, and then arrive again, and then do it again. And that's coming from fear. You might not see that very clearly, but you sure have the wounds to show for it, that you've been exceedingly patient. So your karmic challenge is to reclaim your stability. Very similar message came out for Sag, but this was the card instead of the 3 of Swords. But the 3 of Swords was in this same position, or in this same part of the reading. So again, I'm repeating, if you have Sag in your chart, or your person does, watch that reading. But the message that I was saying was, this is your time to put yourself first, right? You've got to kind of reclaim your life. Your stability, your groundedness comes from within, not outside yourself. So just because this person was in and out and left you heartbroken, and, you know, all kinds of feelings of you were in it all by yourself, and you waited and waited and waited for everything to change and nothing ever did, now's the time to focus on your stability. That's how you overcome it. Focus on giving yourself that sense of, I show up for me. I can count on me. Right? That Queen of Pentacles, by the way, is associated with the sign of Capricorn as well. So I'm feeling Capricornian energy on both sides here. And so what I would say is Capricorn knows how to take care of business, right? So your karmic challenge is overcoming the wounds of this relationship that you haven't been able to pin down, and get your stability for yourself. Your person's karmic challenge is that Devil energy. Page of Wands, 7 of Cups again, Knight of Cups. Feel like this person wants to give you more, but they get really verklempt, okay? The 7 of Cups for them is too much. It's an overload of emotion. It's overwhelm. It's confusion. They may even send you mixed messages, because this duo here comes through as the player, comes through as, you know, I'm just in it for the minute. I'm going to take what I want for myself, and then I'm going to go out the back door. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling exactly what it is that has caused you pain and discomfort. Is you can't pin this person down because they appear to not be taking it seriously. They appear to have their own agenda for getting their own needs met in the time frame when they want, at their wish and whim. Do you see where I'm going? And I'm feeling like that's not the truth of what this person wants. What this person wants is to be, you know, the knight in shining armor, Prince Charming. They want to come in and, you know, be emotionally vulnerable and give you this beautiful offer of love. They have regrets about it. They know something has to change. And what has to change is that they play this little game, this little cat and mouse game. And it's all coming from fear. But it's a pattern now. It's a pattern of behavior. And what that does is it hurts your feelings because it tells you something that you internalize about your worth and value, which isn't true. So that's why that Queen of Pentacles to me is about, get your stability and your sense of worth and value from yourself. Because they're figuring it out. So let's see the opportunity with the Seven of Cups. Okay, so yeah, lots of options, like I said. Keep that in mind. Paths, options, opportunities to manifest the happiness you desire and deserve. And it's interesting because the opportunity is also to work through all the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Work through what causes this person emotional overwhelm and makes them do things that they regret later. So the opportunity, while I'm reading for your connection, it feels like that's something that will rise up during eclipse season. And the opportunity is to help this person, right, the strength card, to move through it, to be able to sort through their feelings so that the happiness that you both want can be manifested. You're, as a connection, as a relationship, you have all the tools at your disposal. That's the opportunity to process the overwhelming confusion, to sort through the mixed messages, to help each other make peace with the past instead of feeling regrets about some things. You're not going back that way, so you don't want to keep looking backward, and that's what this person is doing. But I feel like I'm getting the message from the Strength card of helping each other overcome these obstacles, but doing so in sort of a real pragmatic way, which is very good, actually, if you happen to be here as the Capricornian, because that's one of your strong suits, is systems, processes. All right, so let's look at divine guidance with the Hanged Man. Wow. Woo-hoo. So be open to, here's why, right? Be open and receptive as the divine feminine that you are, bringing love to the situation. Wow. Yeah, don't give up on love. Very interesting. I feel, with the Hanged Man, one part of it is, like press pause, like I said, because you want to see something that, you're waiting for some enlightenment. You want to see something that you can't see in the upright world, right? When you're kind of hanging upside down, life looks really different. And I feel like there's some resistance to commitment. Yeah. I think if you wait for some enlightenment and you press pause and you take that 30,000 foot view, you may come to see that that's the whole thing, is that this person, kind of creates this pattern when they feel triggered around the topic of commitment or thoughts about the future. If the topic of the future or marriage or the long haul has ever come up, I'm not seeing the Ten of Pentacles, but I kind of feel its presence. And here you are being open and receptive to getting some enlightenment around how to deal or help this person process their emotions so that they understand that the reason why they play things fast and loose is because they fear commitment. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to get the full message. But, they want this at the level of heart and soul. But what gets at them is their fear, and they just enact this pattern again and again and again, and you get hurt and they have regrets. So that Seven of Cups is the opportunity. Their confusion and overwhelm. They don't understand themselves. They don't know why they do what they do, when this is who they want to be and what they want to offer. So that's why that Strength card is there to say, yeah, deal with realities on the ground because you're being given an opportunity to help each other come to some form of a resolution of the issues by helping this person process their true emotions, right? So that it's not so overwhelming. That doesn't mean that you do the work for somebody. It's not what I'm suggesting, but I'm suggesting that if you're in temperance mode, if you're in patience and you're operating from the highest vibration of divine feminine energy possible, and you see this person struggling and kind of shooting themselves in the foot, stepping on the rake, sometimes we kind of have to let them see their own mess and say, if I didn't know better, I'd say you've got some fears of, some resistance to commitment. I think you've got some fears around that. Oh, really? I don't think I have fears around that. Well, okay. Well, let's go through it. Let's talk about it. Do you see what I'm saying? When you present somebody with the topic that causes them to go, hum, and so that then they behave badly or in a way that they ordinarily would not want to. It's like holding up the mirror so they can see themselves. It's not necessarily what you mirror to them. It's what they need to see about themselves, because that's their karmic challenge. And you're being given an opportunity for the whole thing to be resolved and the happiness you're trying to manifest to arrive. Yeah. And you might have to have the patience of a saint, but you've already been there, haven't you? I love this reading. Yeah, that's why you're getting the don't give up. This relationship can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm going to tell you the astrology before I do that. By all means, if you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to like it, share it far and wide if you feel called to do so, if there's someone you know who you feel may benefit from the message. And then subscribe below. That's the way we pay it forward. That's the way more messages reach other people just like you who are looking for them. And before I go through the astrology, there is an extended that's going to be dedicated to the eclipse. This is sort of where things stand right now. Now we're going to see what might unfold during eclipse season. And there's a new option for those of you who have been asking me for more bang for your buck. Right? There is now a Capricorn monthly. So in the description box below, in the first sentence, you're going to see two options. One says new Capricorn monthly, and there's a link, and that's going to get you into Capricorn readings all the way back 2 years ago when I first started working on the Moments platform. Today's reading and all the ones to come. You'll get the new moon, access to all the new moon readings, access to all the full moon readings, access to all the monthly energy updates, which they're the monthly energy updates. I think I've done January, February, March. April is coming next week. So you'll have access to all of that for the price of one. And then, well, it's like $11. And then the one-time purchase is still available. That's the link beneath the new monthly. So I just wanted to remind you to take a look at that and be sure you know what it is you're opting in for. But really great offer. It was the only way I could package something for you at a reasonable price, was to create it on a monthly renewal. So check that out. All right, here we go. Queen of Swords is Libra. The Strength card is Leo. Then over here we have Temperance is Sagittarian energy, as is the Wheel of Fortune, because that is Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. The person over here has some Scorpio in the Death card, Leo in the King of Wands. We've got Capricorn energy in the Queen of Pentacles, Sagittarius in the Knight of Wands. Devil is more Capricornian energy. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Pisces in our Knight of Cups. Down here we've got the Sun is the Sun, which rules Leo. Mercury in the Magician, Virgo, and Gemini. Hanged Man is Neptune, which rules Pisces. Taurus in the Hierophant. And the beautiful Empress is Venus, Taurus, and Libra. So that's what I have for you. I'm headed to the extended. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.